Welcome to the Let's Talk Initiative platform. On this platform, we give beauty for ashes. In the organization, we work with institutions such as schools, churches, families, different working institutions, the society, as well as individuals for programs such as counseling and mentorship programs, capacity building, team building, empowerment programs, and for you who has always wanted to become a professionally trained counselor, we work with you to training you to becoming a certified counselor so that you can serve as a professional. You can follow us on all our social media handles, Let's Talk Initiative, or if you want to get in contact with us, you can do it by 0701 139 338 or 0786 926 169. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Let's Talk Initiative Arena channel. This is a place where we give beauty for ashes. Here, stories are told, destinies are defined, destinies are refined, and stories are shared. My name is Matilda, a mental health specialist, director and founder Let Us Talk Initiative. This is an organization that works with you, the viewer. We work with schools, churches, corporate institutions, and the society for counseling and mentorship programs. Again, we also train you to become fully certified counselors so that you can be able to serve as a professional. So today, I want to start by asking you a question. Now, are there things that hurt you in life? Are there things that you look back and you discover that it has been a wound since your childhood memories? Is there something that you feel it has been so heavy and every time you think about it, you get wounded and it started at a young age? I'm here to address that. The issue of concern today, we are handling childhood trauma. What is childhood trauma? Childhood trauma is or are the events that happened when you're still in a very formative stage, especially negative ones, that have attributed and contributed to the person that you've become, and the events have eventually caused a lot of wounds. As a child, there are things that you went through, good, bad. There are words that you're told, good, bad. There are events that you saw, good and bad. I want us to focus on the negative. What are some of the negative events that can lead to childhood traumas? Number one, the background, family. For instance, if you grew up in a very abusive family, there are things that you haven't been able to overcome because of the nature of the family that you grew up in. For instance, you saw your father and your mother always fighting. Again, is it possible that you grew up in a family that your dad was always absent and whenever he came he was violent or he was drunk? That one can cause a very major upset, also leading to childhood trauma. Another thing, is it possible that you grew up in a background that you knew the only thing that is there in life is to struggle, especially financially? Yani, you never got things when you wanted them to, when you wanted to have them. You never had the comfort of knowing that life can give you luxuries. Therefore, it can lead to a poverty mindset. Again, it's also possible that you grew up in a family that you lost a parent or even both of them at a very young age to even death. You saw your parents dying, and it has been a life of struggle for you to date due to the mistreatment that the caregivers whom you are left in their hands gave you. You have been unable to heal. Another thing is if you saw a very, very traumatizing event, maybe there were thieves or robbers who came and broke into your home, or you saw movies, even horror movies, or again, you experience scenes that were very horrifying. You may think you forgot, but your subconscious is still remembering them. There are also these people who are bullied when they were young. For instance, you went to school and they gave you names, either due to your size or your color, or something that they didn't have a high opinion about you. That one can cause you and lead you to a lot of childhood traumas. In a nutshell, about the causes of childhood traumas, it is anything that you saw that was not good at a very young formative age. In counseling, there's a unit called human development. And in human development, we study from 0 years, 65 up to death. And there are stages of every human being which they went through. We probably shall be looking at them in this channel. And you shall be able to see where did some of the wounds come in. 0 to 2 years, what happened? 2 to 3 years, what happened? 3 to 5 years, what happened, and why has it caused you to become the person that you became? Now, after looking at the causes, I want us now to go to looking at the symptoms. How do I identify that I am grown, yes, but I am still having wounds? You see, out of experience, especially in my line of duty, one thing that I've come to discover is that in almost every adult, there's a child inside. Child, most of the times bitter, and most of the time uncatered for. And that leads us to the symptoms of unhealed childhood traumas. Number one, bitterness. You know, bitterness means in your heart, there's a lot of weight and a lot of hatred for the people who perpetuated whatever happened to your life at that particular time. And you feel that you have been unable to forgive. You have been unable to let go. That is what I'm calling bitterness. How to know that you're bitter is given a chance to revenge. You'd still revenge. You'd still revenge. Hiyo ni kusema, ukapata mwenye alifanya hicho kitendo in a bad corner, you don't mind finishing them off. You know what that is? It's revenge. Another symptom of somebody who has not overcome childhood traumas is drug abuse, or rather substance abuse. These are the people who will drink, you know, and they don't have an exact reason why they drink, but apparently drinking or even using some other drugs makes them forget their problems. When they are high on weed, they feel that they have relaxed. When they are drinking or even chewing mirror, they feel that they are relaxed. Most of the times, they are these wounds. Another thing that as a person who has not healed from childhood trauma is that they're unable to form relationships. And you know, there's this thing that has been trending about narcissism. Now, most of the people who suffer narcissism, and it's also a topic that we shall handle on its own in one of these episodes, is that the bitterness that was in them eventually led them to a personality disorder called narcissism. Okay. Another symptom of an unhealed childhood trauma is that these people suffer a lot of low self-esteem. Yeah. They were never told they were good enough. Every time they went to do something good, there would always be a voice of condemning them when they were children. You know, even when they did something good, nobody ever appreciated. So even when they become adults, they always feel they are unwanted, they are unappreciated. These are the people in marriage that they never feel content. No matter what the spouse does to them, it always appears that they never appreciate. These are the people that they don't know how to take compliments. For instance, I see somebody who is looking good, and I decide to appreciate them. Because of the wound that is inside of them, they'll never be able to take that as a compliment. In fact, they'll feel like I'm making fun of them because, for instance, either there's people that utaenda umwambie, hey, unakaa smart. And they have issues with accepting that they are smart. Kwani hujui hii nguo ni atush? Na vile hii nguo ni mzee. You're telling them that their hair is looking good and they're like, no, na vile hii ni cheap. It's somebody who was not healed. When somebody is healed, their esteem is high. And even before anybody tells them, they know that, eish, I'm looking good. And it's not a discussion. It's not pride. They just know it. All right. Another thing that that happens when you have unhealed trauma, childhood, is that you become very poor in your decision making. Decision making in this case means you don't want to take responsibility. So you'd rather not make decisions because you don't want the repercussions that come from those decisions. All right. That also leads to the next point, that these people are very evasive. Evasive from the word evading. They never take responsibility. They will never want accountability. They'll never want to do things. You know why? They don't like baggages. They don't like accountability. They don't want to answer questions. So to them, it is easier when they become evasive. These are the people who will always be angry so that you don't ask questions. These are the people who will always be very defensive so that you don't ask questions. These are the people who will always be very rude so that you don't ask questions. Am I making sense? Another thing about childhood traumas is anger outbursts. Oh my God. Have you ever seen this person mwenye anakuanga tu amejam? Yani, you don't need to make them angry. No. Yani tu anajam mingi. Wanakuanga tu amejam. Hata si lazima wakasirishe. Hata kabla wakasirishe walikuanga washa jam. These are the people that they come in the office. You ask them good morning. They're like, what is good about the morning? Okay, these are the people that they literally can do anything just to get anger out. I experienced somebody who would, in case there was a glass here and anger just came, he would feel that I want to crash the glass so that anger can go. Ni wale watu watavunja ma-TV wakikasirika kwa boma, wavunje glasses zote. Yani, watafanya chochote to express their anger. These people are also very difficult to live with because they are very sensitive. Hata irritability yao inakuanga juu sana. Yani, kuwafanyia tu kitu kadogo hivi, they are already irritable. And you're wondering, what exactly did I do to you? You cannot tell, they cannot even tell. Their sensitivity and irritability, again, goes very high. These are people, again, who can be very stingy. Stingy, please, does not only mean money. Well, money is part of it. But these are people who are very stingy with their time, very stingy with their space, very stingy with their emotions. They don't want to share. Why? Because they were never trained that when they were babies, when they were children. So as they have been growing up, the stinginess has been increasing day by day. So that's another symptom of somebody who has not healed from childhood traumas. All right? Another symptom is, I don't know if you have met, these people who will always be very proud, arrogant. You see these people? This kind of people, there's a mask they always try to put on. So they know when I'm proud, when I'm arrogant, hautaniuliza maswali. So I will make a boundary. I'll make sure you don't cross my line by being arrogant. and answering you the way I want. These are the people who become bosses and everybody has to answer them when they call. Wakikohoa, wanaitika. Those are the kinds of people that I am talking about. Childhood traumas can also make you become sick. Sick even physically, like chronic stomach aches, chronic backaches, ambazo hazitawaisha. It's because of the kind of baggage that you're carrying. Okay, so all these combined together can tell you somebody is carrying a lot of baggage. These people never experience joy. They are always sad. Or they are happy when they see others going down. These people also suffer jealousy because why should you be doing well when I'm not? They're the same people who will literally believe that if I make your candle go off, mine will shine brighter. So they keep on fighting. They keep on bringing people down. They keep on talking ill of others. They'll never appreciate you. They are very toxic. Even in relationships, even when you have done something good, they'll never appreciate you. All they know is to pull you down and to make you feel that you never deserve anything good in this life. Yes, those are symptoms of wounds. They are injured, they are bleeding, and their hearts are looking for somewhere they can rest. So, and they also do a lot of body harming. Body harming is like when you find people just cutting their bodies. Again, also drug substance is a body harming. But when they inflict pain on their body, it gives them a sense of relaxation. Just think of it. I'm telling you, pain can be terrible. That when you are inflicting your body on pain, you feel that the more pain you experience, the more joy you're getting. How do you explain this? But all these is caused by wounds. It's caused by wounds. What are the effects of unhealed childhood traumas? One of the effects is very low self-esteem. Low esteem. You will never feel that you're good enough for anybody. You'll never feel that you can do anything well. You will never feel like you deserve anything good in this life. Yani, to you, ni ule msee mwenye unafikirianga every kind of bad things belongs to you. You never have gotten to a point of understanding that you deserve good things in life. Another thing is, like I mentioned earlier, is that you can get sick. Sickness, some of the sickness you can experience is depression. You see, when you remember of an unhealed trauma, for instance, what your dad could have done, which he never did, what your mom said that she shouldn't have said, you feel irritated. And if you are not careful, depression comes in, acidity goes high. Hypertension increases. It is a catalyst for hypertension to increase. Settings of things like H. pylori also come in because the rate at which your body is releasing the acid is too high to react to the stress. All right. Another effect is that these people also can suffer premature death. You see, there is something that pain does to you. It makes you lose a sense of self. It makes you lose a sense of living. It makes you lose everything that you've ever fought for. So unafika pali tu and unaishi tu ndio uishi. After all, I don't have anything that I'm living for. Or when you're like that, you become very susceptible to death, and especially through suicide. Most of the rates of suicide that have been happening around, if you traced well enough, you shall realize there was a root from childhood trauma. Another effect is that these people can make long time decisions because of what they went through. For instance, I have met some women who decided that they are not going to get married. Why? The kind of violence they saw. You know, I have also met some other women and also men who have decided, I'm going to drink my all. Why? Because they saw their fathers drinking and they were never responsible for them. So let me drink, let me party. Another effect is that these people never create lasting relationships. Lasting relationship means their marriages never stand most of the time. And if it stands, it's through a lot of struggle. However, it is also important to understand that there are people who are able to turn that pain into a gain, and they decide that whatever they saw when they were younger is not going to be a repeat of the same. So they decide that I never saw my parents' marriage working, but mine must work. So it can be an extreme of any. Either you become very bad and negative, or you decide to become very positive and understand that nobody owes you anything. Another effect is that these people are never joyful in life. Joyful in life means you will always be feeling oppressed and depressed. You'll always feel there's no reason for you to fight anymore. After all, whatever was to be already has been. It's not a good situation to be in. Now, let us talk about possible remedies and treatments about childhood traumas. From the point where I'm seated, I am very passionate about this area. Good Lord, I have seen what pain does to people. I have seen the kind of decisions that people make out of what they went through. And some lifetime decisions that are so weird and bad. I have seen people, good people, turning into robbers. Why? Because of untreated wounds. I have seen people who are ideally good, but turning into animals and very angry people. Why? Because when they remember the things that weren't done to them, then they easily fall into the depression state. Number one, for you to move on, you must accept. Okay? You must accept. Now, look at me where I'm seated. I cannot, when I'm seated like this, I cannot see my behind. It's all behind me. Yani, not unless ni turn, ndio nione nyuma yangu, I cannot. But there's a whole picture of ahead of me, hapa mbele yangu, which looks so empty. Imagine. Do you understand what I'm saying? That behind me, I'm unable to see it. There's a reason why I can't see it. But mbele yangu, it's a blank check. I can see a blank check. I can see an empty space. I'm the one to determine what I'm going to feel with it. Imagine. I decide to feel regrets with it, so it shall be. My life shall be filled of regrets. I decide to write joy on it. My life is going to be filled of joy. I decide to write strength. It's going to be filled of strength. It is very important to understand. You cannot undo your past, but you have every sense of responsibility to make your future. And please, let me remind you this, that nobody owes you anything in this life. The minute that you discover that, you heal. Okay? You are able to heal. Why are you able to heal? Because you stop you stop this mentality of somebody owes me. Nobody owes you anything. And when it's all said and done, life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% is how you react to it. Okay? It's how you react to it. Number 2, admit. Kuadmit ni kusema, I admit, ama I accept that as hard as it was, it has happened, and I cannot change. There's something I always say, and this one is very sensitive in my life, that change the things you cannot change. Change the things that you can change, and whatever you cannot change, learn to live with it. Let me say that again. I have said that be in a position whereby all the things you can change that are within your power, change them. Whatever you cannot change, learn to live with it. It happened, it can't be changed. The milk split, it can't be collected. Your father did whatever he did to you. Whoever raped you, it can't be undone, as painful as it is. Okay? Whoever made you feel belittled already did that. They can't change. But you know what? You are responsible of what becomes of you. And please let me remind you this. There's nobody who can make you angry until you have given them the power to do so. There's nobody who can make you feel belittled if you have not given them the remote control. Nobody can make you feel worthless and useless without your control. So the problem is not what they did. The problem was your reaction. Okay? The problem is not what they did to you. The problem was the reaction you gave. Remember, I have mentioned life is 10% what happens to you. And then 90%, imagine 90% was your reaction. How did you choose to react to it? All right? Another way that you can get help is talk it out. Get somebody that you can talk to, ideally, and I would advise a well-trained mental health specialist. Let them hear you. Let them walk with you the journey. Let them be part of your shoulder and your cries, so that when it's said and done, you can feel that you have a safe landing place, so that you can share your experiences. You can open up without feeling judged. You can talk about issues without feeling like you're becoming vulnerable. You can talk also issues without the fear of that after you're done, you'll hear your stories getting out. Get somebody whom you can trust and whom your privacy shall not be contended about. All right? Another way that you can be able to get to release these things is to let it go. Let it go. I'll shout louder. I'm saying, let it go. All right? Letting it go. You see, I face difficulties with clients when they come and they're asking me, now, counselor, nikimsamehea alafu, yani tuende tu hivyo. But no, forgiveness is about you. Staying with unforgiveness is like you taking poison, then you expect Matilda to die. She'll not die. You will die. You're the one going to die. All right? So, letting it go does not mean that it will change the situation. Letting it go does not mean that whatever happened did not happen. No. Letting it go means that it no longer affects you when you think about it. Letting it go means that your heart is no longer carrying baggage. Letting it go means you can meet with somebody. You don't have to be friends with them. You don't have to be having a relationship with them. But when you meet them, your heart is not injured. Forgiveness is about you. More than any other person, forgiveness is about you. You have made your heart carry baggage for so long. You need to let it go. You need to start healing. You have lived a life of denial for too long. You need to start living, my God. When you ever start living, when you're still living in your past, when you're still living in your childhood traumas and moments, the truth is, you'll never be that 5-year-old again. You will never be that 13-year-old teenager. No. It happened, it cannot change, as ugly as that one sounds. But there's a whole lot ahead of you. And that is where Apostle Paul got, and he said in the book of Philippians, that it's not that he has attained everything, but one thing he does, he lets go the past, so that he can be able to get what is ahead of him. Every time that you don't let go what is the past of you, you are unable to get that which is ahead of you. My question is, do you still want to continue living in the pity bashing that you have been? Do you still want to continue with that low self-esteem? Do you want to continue feeling that everybody owes you anything? Do you want to continue with life knowing that you could have been better, but you decided not to be better because of things that you couldn't change? Pause and think about that. The person that you could have become if you didn't have bitterness. Is it worth? 10. Another thing that should help you in a big way. After letting it go, let God. When we were in high school, I found a set book that had been done earlier by Chinua Achebe, The River and the Source. And in one of the statements she said was that time is the healer of even the deepest wounds. I agree. But on top of that, God is the healer. So whatever you went through was not an accident. God allowed you to go through it so that when it's all said and done, after you are healing, you can be able to go and help others who are facing similar situations. Don't deny your generation the advantage of healing caused by you. You're being waited for so that you can heal and go and help others who are in similar situations. Get out of that situation. Get out of it. You have stayed there for too long. You need to move on. Finally, Philippians chapter 4 verse 6 to 7 says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, with prayer, supplication, and thanksgiving, make your request known unto the Lord. And after you have done that, the peace of God that supersedes every human understanding shall give you peace that you need. You know, that the kind of peace that will come after you have made that supplication to the Lord shall cause you peace that supersedes human understanding. Why don't you take it to the Lord in prayer? Why don't you go to tell him that this is what you feel? This is what you experience. After all, he says to you, come to me all who are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. Take his yoke, because his yoke is easy, and he'll make sure you get healed. I'm here to encourage you that you should get out of that place in the name of Jesus. You need to heal. You need to let go. You have gone around that mountain for too long. Don't allow yourself to die. We're still going around it. Allow your heart to heal. Acha kubeba mizigo mingi ya vitu hata huwezi badilisha. There's a whole life ahead of you. Why don't you allow yourself to enjoy the greatness that is set ahead of you? Don't waste your pain. Your pain was an asset. You see, whatever you went through, if you allow yourself to heal, God shall cause you to be a voice in a generation of people who are still going through the same. I'm very passionate about this area because I know when you are healed, what is likely to come out of you. I now speak to the peace of the Lord that supersedes human understanding. I speak clarity of issues. I pray that may the Holy Spirit come and attend to you. I'm not ignorant that some of the things that people have gone through are very difficult. But you know what? You can still make it. I believe in you. You are well able to walk out of it. Get the grace to overcome it. And after you have overcome it, you shall be able to see what God is able to do through you. It was a pleasure being together with you. I look forward to more meaningful engagements. Again, should you feel that you need a personified experience with me as a counselor to be able to walk with you that journey, my arms are open. You can reach us in all our social media handles at Let's Talk Initiative. Our office number is 0701 139 338 or 0786 926 169. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and like for more content that shall be coming from us. For now, it's a sweet goodbye. Thank you.